from the Black Dahlia murder here, chilling in Glasgow, Scotland for the last show of the Cannibal Corpse, Devil Driver, Black Dahlia, and Hour of Penance Tour 2013. The absolute highlight of this tour so far, we still have one show left obviously, was London. I think it was just crazy, you know. Devil Driver took over as the headliner once we got to the UK, and they're just massive. I mean, the show had, must have been around 2,000 people, something like that, so it's pretty wild, and people were crowd surfing when we were playing, coming over the edge of the crowd so fast that the security couldn't get there in time, couldn't catch them all, and yeah, it was, I don't know, it was fun. It was definitely great for us as the second band of 4 to get that kind of reaction, and most of these shows have been really good for us in that regard, so you know, that was kind of the idea, was to come out and hopefully reach some new fans. Man, I don't know. There's been a lot of cool venues, a lot of places that we haven't played this time. It's hard to pick which one would be the best, I think, of the tour. The Forum in London was cool. There's a lot out there that I like. I really like how you guys do venues over here. I think, you know, just really build a place that's going to sound good, you know what I mean, and really consider all the ins and outs of it. And you know, awesome crew, awesome accommodations. You know, it's been it's easy. You get pampered over here, I think, a little bit by how nice the venues are and how everything works, you know. So it's hard to choose. The most crazy fans, I don't know, it's hard to say. This band kind of has seem to amass like a cult-like following, you know, especially of young people, so it's pretty hard to say. I don't know, I want to say in the US it's still the best for us, you know what I mean? I think because we've just been able to get around there the most, and we've been touring there the most. But it's getting very, you know, close around in Europe and throughout the UK. You know, we've just been touring a long time and been coming over since like 2005, pretty much. So usually come over twice a year, and yeah, it's exciting, man. It's been really exciting to see it grow, and we're definitely going to come back as soon as possible. Well, the Black Dahlia murder, well, it's still unsolved, but I heard that there's recently some kind of breakthrough in the case where there was cadaver sniffing dogs, like dogs that sniff for dead bodies, or, you know, and even after all these years, there was some kind of scent picked up in one of the suspects' basements, so I don't know where it's gone from there. I've only really seen it kind of talked about in the news, but the case itself is a really weird one. It's like a young actress moves to California, and she wants to, you know, she moves to California the same reason a lot of people do, you know, in hopes of being a movie star or some kind of celebrity. And she was brutally murdered, and they found her body just out in the open in the grass back in Compton, but this is like back when it was super nice, not really known as the place it is now, you know, just like full of gangsters and stuff like that. That's how it's kind of portrayed now. But yeah, some woman was jogging and she found the body of Elizabeth Short, and she was cut in half, like right about here, and she had a big slash across her mouth that was like in a smile, and all of her blood was drained out, and yeah, like I was saying, until possibly, you know, maybe now, it was unresolved. You know, there were hundreds of people that falsely admitted to doing it, you know, just I think because they wanted the fame of it, or wanted to, you know, because like some people are so sick they just will do anything to be recognized by the world, and you know, sometimes that's the motive behind killers and serial killers too, you know, is to just have some kind of notoriety. But the murder is really significant in that it's kind of like signifies the death of the American dream, you know, because people move to California with stars in their eyes and they want to take over the world, and just the way that she was so like snuffed out, you know, very crudely, cruelly, and it just kind of signifies the changing of times, you know. It was like 1947 when that happened, and you know, it just kind of signified like an era of violence, and you know, the world as we know it now, you know, that would be kind of ushered in soon after, that kind of, you know, darkness, I guess. So it is, especially in American history, a kind of important crime, you know, and one that's still like returned to by detectives and you know, people that read about crime, and you know, it's an interesting case for sure. The main purpose of this band, or what we want, I guess, is just to be able to keep doing it. So I guess you would say it would be fame. You know, we want to have fans that depend on us, fans that know that we're going to deliver the albums that they want and the shows that they want to see, you know, every time. And you know, touring with a band like Cannibal Corpse, you know, we've always looked at them as our model for success, you know, because they maintain themselves off their band. I mean, like, live off the band, and they tour all the time, all over the world, and they have a fan base all over the world. They keep putting out records consistently, and they've survived the kind of coming and going of metal's popularity. Like, whereas in the mid-90s it was very popular when death metal was coming out, and then like toward the end of the 90s and 2000s it was kind of waning. Now it's like coming back full swing everywhere, you know, and they just stayed on top throughout all, you know, the ups and downs. You know, Cannibal Corpse survived through all that, and they're still amazing live, and so we just want to have longevity as a band, you know. So I would definitely say fame would be what we want. For me, something that keeps me sane on tour, that's always the same, but I guess always changing, because it's weed. You know, you're always getting new weed, but weed is the staple item, you know. So it's just great for when you're bored, you know, and there's a lot of that on tour. A lot, you know, the show is the most exciting part. In our case, it's less than an hour on this tour, you know. And the rest of the day, there's a lot of waiting around and a lot of just sitting. Today we're lucky, we've got accommodations, you know, but yeah, real exciting. Yeah, but so many people have delusions about what backstage is all about too, you know what I mean? They think that there's like naked ladies back there that feed you grapes, and like you're spraying champagne all over the place, and you know, it's really not like that. It's just some water, some couches, some beer, and that's it. And when the band plays, it'll be really damn loud in here, I bet. But I'm glad that we have a room, no less. The fans can look forward to in 2013. Well, we have a new record coming out called Ever Black. It'll be out in June on Metal Blade Records. It'll be our 6th album ever, and we are just about to go mix it right after we get home from this little excursion here. And we're very excited about it. The songs are awesome. The 2 new guys are on it. They killed it. It's the catchiest Black Dahlia record yet. I think the most aggressive record yet. And I don't know, we're just excited. You know, it's an exciting time. And then we'll be back. I think we'll be through again probably in September on another tour. We'll be headlining. I'm not quite sure who with yet, but we're still putting that together. Bring some cool bands to you guys. And yeah, man, 2013 we'll be back with a new album and new tours, so check it out. I think my favorite song is Raped in Hatred by Vines of Thorn. That song is about the Evil Dead, and particularly the first version of the movie, the first movie, where the woman is in the woods and she's raped by the trees that are possessed, and the vines, like, you know, tear off her clothes and stuff, and it's basically a sort of more graphic description of that kind of scenario. But yeah, it's a really catchy song. Ryan Knight wrote it, our lead guitar player, and it's one of the songs that you'll be banging your head to pretty soon. So check it out, please. Tattoo, I would have to say, I don't know, all my tattoos are done in Michigan. I'd have to say Michigan. There's really a concentration of awesome artists there around the Detroit area where we live. Yeah, all my tattoos are from around there, and I got a bunch of cool stuff. This is like Hawaii down here by Matt Hessler out of Excess in Rochester, Michigan. This is another one by Jeff Zuck. It's like a kitchen full of garbage and steak with maggots. Yeah, there's lots of like really good custom tattooers there. This one's done by a guy who's also in a band that tours, Walls of Jericho. Aaron Ruby did this. It was my first tattoo. It's like a Carcass related tattoo, since I love the band Carcass so much. And, yeah, just Michigan's a good spot for sure. Hey, hello to our fans in Ireland. This is my goodbye. Just want to say thanks and hang in there. We'll try to get out there, back there as soon as possible. We've only been out once so far, and it was really, really awesome. So just want to thank you guys for sticking with us, and we'll be back as soon as possible, hopefully in September.